Most people think the bomb squad started with Rassie Erasmus, but the man who made it truly terrifying, he didn't seek the spotlight. His name is Jacques Nienaber, a former physiotherapist turned defensive mastermind.
If I look at the pack, the most notable one is Peter Steph coming in. And I think if you look at the changes across the board, some of them are injury enforced, but most of them, this is a final. And it's a final between 4 teams, not only 2. And I think when you go into a final, you want to select your best fit available players. And that's what we did.
Long before the headlines, Nienaber crafted a system built on discipline, precision, and relentless pressure. His approach wasn't just about holding the line, it was about breaking the opposition mentally and physically, forcing errors, and controlling the game's rhythm. During the 2019 World Cup, South Africa conceded only 4 tries across 7. Matches a testament to the system Nienaber implemented. It was a defense that suffocated opponents and set the stage for Rassie's bench strategy to shine. Their success wasn't accidental. It was engineered, and it began far from the spotlight. But this is just the start. What followed would change rugby benches forever. Yet, the real story behind the bomb squad's rise didn't begin in coaching offices, it began in the locker room. With a simple joke, in 2018, World Rugby increased bench sizes, allowing teams an extra forward substitute. Most teams adjusted cautiously, moving from 5 forwards and 3 backs to 6 forwards and 2 backs. But South Africa's substitutes had a nickname for themselves, the Bomb Squad, a tongue-in-cheek reference to their role. What started as light-hearted banter quickly became a blueprint. Rassie and Nienaber recognized the potential to turn the bench into a weapon, an extension of their starting pack, especially focusing on South Africa's traditional strengths, dominant scrums, mauls, and set pieces. They committed to deepening their forward packs and prioritizing fresh, powerful impact players ready to change the game late. The 6 and eventually 7-1 bench splits weren't random, they were deliberate choices aimed at maximizing physical dominance without sacrificing skill or speed. This approach rewrote the conventional wisdom of bench construction. The rugby world soon saw the impact first on the biggest stage of all. The Bomb Squad's true arrival on the world stage was the 2019 Rugby World Cup final against England. When England's Kyle Sinckler suffered an early injury, their front row was stretched thin. Veteran Dan Cole was forced to carry heavy minutes, which South Africa was ready to exploit. That's when the Bomb Squad entered, fresh, powerful forwards like Stephen Kitshoff and Vincent Koch, rather than just holding their ground. These substitutes overwhelmed the English pack through relentless scrummaging and maul dominance. The physical pressure broke England's structure and momentum, paving the way for South Africa's victory and the Webb Ellis Cup. However, the Bomb Squad's impact was not only about power. Jacques Nienaber's defense set the stage by exhausting England and minimizing their scoring opportunities. The bench players finished what the defense wore down. This was the first major proof that the combination of defensive discipline and bench impact could decide world titles. But physical dominance alone would not guarantee future success. The Bomb Squad needed to evolve. After 2019, the Bomb Squad transformed from pure brute force into a more versatile, unpredictable weapon. Players like Damian Willemse and Kwagga Smith introduced speed and adaptability, stretching the conventional idea of forwards on the bench. Willemse's ability to cover multiple positions and Smith's sevens background brought pace and agility that complemented traditional strength. This shift allowed the Bomb Squad to not only overpower tired opponents, but also outmaneuver them in open play and breakdowns. Critics who dismissed the Bomb Squad as outdated caveman rugby missed the deeper strategy at work, a fusion of physical dominance with game intelligence and tactical flexibility. This evolution kept opponents guessing and expanded the threat beyond set pieces. Yet every innovation faces opposition, and the 2021 British and Irish Lions series tested the Bomb Squad's resilience. During the 2021 British and Irish Lions tour, the Bomb Squad's influence met its first significant test. In the opening test, the Lions matched South Africa's bench impact, and Owen Farrell's penalty sealed a narrow Lions victory. The rugby world began to question whether the Bomb Squad's approach had been decoded. Was the strategy losing its edge? Instead of abandoning their blueprint, Rassie and Nienaber adapted. In the second test, trailing at half-time, South Africa returned to their core identity: disciplined mauling, structured forward tempo, and suffocating pressure. The bomb squad shifted from explosive entry to controlled domination, gradually wearing down the Lions and regaining control. This response underscored the system's depth. It wasn't reliant on momentary bursts, but sustained pressure grounded in preparation and mindset. Just when critics thought the bomb squad's limits were clear, South Africa pushed the boundaries, further raising the stakes to new heights. Before the 2023 World Cup, Rassie took a bold risk, naming a bench with 7 forwards and only one back for the test against New Zealand's All Blacks. Even some players questioned this near unbalanced lineup, but the result was emphatic. South Africa overwhelmed New Zealand 35-7, with unstoppable line-out drives and mauls leading to multiple tries. The bomb squad didn't just dominate physically, it disrupted New Zealand's rhythm and confidence. This tactical gamble highlighted the Springboks' commitment to high-risk, high-reward thinking, trusting their depth and set-piece superiority to carry the day even at the cost of reduced backline cover. Beyond physicality, the bomb squad's greatest weapon became its psychological impact. Opposition teams spend every minute on the pitch aware of the fresh, elite forwards waiting on the sidelines. This constant threat forces opponents to maintain focus and energy for a full 80 minutes, an almost impossible task given rugby's intensity. The mental strain of knowing the bomb squad will arrive with impact, ready to exploit fatigue and mistakes, compounds physical exhaustion. Coaches must adjust game plans, substitutions, and risk management, often diverting attention and resources simply to prepare for the bench threat. The bomb squad thus exerts influence even before stepping onto the field, altering how matches are approached tactically and mentally, and in rugby's highest pressure moments, the bomb squad has repeatedly proven its championship pedigree. The 2023 World Cup cemented the bomb squad's place in rugby history. In critical moments against France in the quarter-finals and England in the semi-finals, fresh forwards delivered decisive plays, veteran players deeply embedded in the bomb squad philosophy executed quick taps, dominant scrums, and maul variations to break tired defenses and secure victories. Their impact went beyond physical plays, embodying a system designed for championship moments. Back-to-back World Cups were no coincidence. The bomb squad became synonymous with strategic depth, mental resilience, and the willingness to embrace risk for transformative reward. However, this success has not gone unnoticed, and opponents seek to imitate or counter the strategy, while other teams prefer conservative bench compositions to protect balance. South Africa embraces risk. An injury to a backline player can leave the team dangerously exposed, but the payoff from fresh, world-class forwards has proven worth the gamble. Most coaches would hesitate to build around such a bold concept, but Rassie and Nienaber's faith in their system and player preparation allows them to take that leap. This acceptance of risk distinguishes the bomb squad as a unique and daring force in world rugby, one that few have successfully matched or countered. The bomb squad's reputation alone shapes opposition strategies long before kickoff. Knowing the bomb squad awaits on the bench changes how teams prepare. Opponents must plan for 80 minutes of sustained intensity, withstanding the knowledge that fresh, elite forwards will arrive late and ready to dominate. This psychological pressure forces opponents to alter substitution timing, game management, and mental focus, often stretching their resources thin. In many ways, the bomb squad wins battles before the whistle, making it one of rugby's most feared tactical innovations. What began as a locker room joke has become a revolutionary approach that redefined rugby strategy. Thanks to Jacques Nienaber's defensive architecture and Rassie Erasmus's bold vision, the bomb squad transcended brute force to become a psychological and tactical weapon. This system has shaped world championships, rewritten how benches are built, and forced the rugby world to think differently about endurance, depth, and momentum. The bomb squad's legacy is not just in the trophies won, but in how it transformed the very nature of the game.